Hi, I'm Lucy. Come and join me on Creative Minds, where we'll be exploring all different crafts, DIY, lifestyle, and different people's adventures in their creativity. I hope you get inspired. Welcome to my channel. I've just been to the supermarket to get some bits of food for tonight, so I'm just walking now into St Albans, the town. I've just been shopping, just showing you the little medieval town. Well, it's very old. The town actually goes way back, and it was Roman. It was destroyed, and now it's lots of beautiful little medieval buildings, as you can see. And I'm going to get home. I'm going to make the flan, which I'll show you to do. We call it Lucy's Italian flan, or my friends call it that anyway. And I hope you enjoy it. It really is tasty. You have it with mascarpone cheese. So I'm just walking up the road. I'm a little look before I get back and cook, and going to tidy my garden. It's a really pretty street. Look at that lovely medieval building. I'll see you later with the flan. Enjoy.
Right, so I'm going to do a recipe that I'm going to show that I got from a restaurant years ago. A lovely lady let me have her recipe. And it's basically using stale breadcrumbs, so you can use up wastage, olive oil, rosemary, ground almonds, sugar. Oh God, I'll look at the recipe and I will put it up for you. I'll write it out, and you can freeze frame it or take a snap on your phone of it for the ingredients, the amounts. But I will show you how to do it. So it's going to be, if it's noise and clatter, sometimes the sound isn't very good because I'm doing this very basically on my camera, the videos, because I don't want to get it complicated because I don't have time for other things. And so it's going to be lovely because I've got some girlfriends come around who I don't get to see much. A couple of girlfriends are so lovely. They're like sisters to me and don't get to see each other that much. But when we do, it's like we've never left off. And it will be lovely. And so I'm going to make the garden look pretty. I'll show you how to do that, little bits and pieces to make it look nice.
Right, so let's start the recipe. So first of all, you will have the ingredients. I'll leave the ingredients for you. You've got your stale bit of bread. I'm just looking at my piece of card down here, and it's basically a bit of stale bread. It's not that much actually. And I'm just going to break it up in the food processor. Food processor. Got that wrong, haven't I? Blimey. I'm just going to shove that up in there. If I can get this to go, and I haven't used this for so long, my food processor. Break it up. And also you're going to you're going to put in there the rosemary. I'm going to just pick some of this. You need basically about 2 teaspoons. I'm just guessing. 2 teaspoons into the food processor. I'm just guessing a bit here. I'm making a bit of a mess. This is how I cook though. A little bit more. I love the smell of rosemary, don't you? It's just gorgeous. Right. And then what I'm going to do, it says blanched almonds and put them in there, but I've actually got ground almonds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that, you normally shove the blanched almonds in there as well, whole. But I'm actually just going to put it in there for the moment. I just blended it up. I'm obviously not going to do the whole thing because you don't want to be bored and hear the noise. But I'm still a bit lumpy, so I'm just going to just blend that a little bit more. So I'm going to put my almonds in, measured out. I was originally going to put the whole almonds in, but I couldn't get the blanched almonds. But that's just mix them around a little bit. Actually, I'll turn that and mix that again. Right, and then, so I'm going to whisk 4 eggs. They're just coming to have a nosy at me. There's 4 eggs in, and you're going to shove all of this in there then. So just mixing that up. Oh, got all my little bowls ready. So I'm going to bung that all in there. Eggs. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I can get the lid undone. 2 teaspoons. Let's try and do that. 1, poop. There we are. And so the rest of my ingredients, I just shoved my eggs in. And then my baking powder, I'm going to shove all the sugar in. We've got small sugar to make a syrup. And then you've got your olive oil. Oh, it's a bit full up in there. And the zest of 1 lemon, which I've scraped. Gosh, this is going to be a nice mess. And then, so now I've got those ingredients all done. I'm just greasing my flan dish. I've got a flan dish. I don't know the size of that. About 18 inches? I don't know. Very good at sizes. Just grease that all over. Unfortunately, it's loose bottomed, so I'm worried about leaking out a bit. But when I put a bit of tin foil on the shelf in the oven because my baking thing's a bit small for this. They sort of slant a bit, so I can't get this flan dish in. Anyway, so that's all done. Basically, take that out, and I will get a. So I've ordered that flan tin. I'm making a right mess. So you just basically just shove it in the tin, taking the blade out so it doesn't fall in the mixture. Like that. It's a real mess. Probably need a slightly smaller tin, to be honest, but I've just got what I've got in my cupboards. Got rid of a load of tins when we moved a few years ago, and I never replaced them because some of them have got a bit knackered. And I like these ones for getting scraping stuff out for the kitchen. They're good. Right, that's that. That's that ready. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten it like that. So basically it looks like that. It looks a bit like a flat pancake. Right, and I'm now going to put it into. You don't warm the oven up with this. You put it in at 180. I don't know what that is. Is that centigrade? 180. Yeah, centigrade. For 45 to 50 minutes in the middle of the oven. So I'm going to put that on. So you put it in cold, the oven. So now I'm going to make the syrup that's going to go over the cake, which gives it the flavour. So basically now I'm just going to finish. I'm going to zest I've zested 1 lemon, and I've got the juice of 2 lemons in there. So I'm going to pour my water in. I think it's 125 mils of water, and lemon juice. And the sugar. Sugar in. Hold on. I'm going to turn this oven on really low in the back. Turn it on quite low. I'm just going to gently melt all the sugar. I'll just get a wooden spoon, and I'm just going to gently melt all that down. Now, so basically, it's a boring bit. You just gently heat this, making your syrup until all the sugar's dissolved. I pour all the sugar in there. There's 2 lots of sugar. There's the first lot of sugar that goes in the cake, and then there's this goes in this bit. Anyway, I don't think you want to watch that dissolve because it's like watching paint dry. So you just keep doing that gently on a low heat until it dissolves. Right, so the cake's been cooking. Don't worry, it looks a bit brown on the sides and that. It doesn't matter about that. And so basically, I haven't got a cocktail. I think this is a bit big, this. Make little holes. Should have a cocktail stick. I don't know what's happened to my cocktail sticks. Holes all over. God, it looks like, yeah, if you've got a cocktail stick, you hardly see the holes. Me, it looks like I've got a great big, yeah, as I said, I'm just making do. So just little holes you prick. Cocktail stick, much better. Yeah, don't worry about the burnt bit on the corner. Be fine. Right, so you know that syrup I made where it became clear, and basically I'm just going to pour, I put it in a jug, I'm just going to pour it all over to soak in, to seep into all those little holes. Just gently do it, and it's going to soak right into the cake mixture, into the flan. It soaks right down in, and this gives it this lovely moist, sort of lovely flavours. I've put a bit of tin foil underneath because it drips a bit, it's a bit mucky. And you're just basically going to let that sit and soak. It's going to be lovely. As I said, it doesn't look very exciting, but it really is yummy. You can dust it with a bit of icing sugar or something to make it pretty afterwards, and decorate it. Right, that's all going to sit and soak. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to tell you. You let it's best to let it just soak as long as you possibly can. I'm going to cover it up because I don't want all the flies and things on it. As I said, use a cocktail stick. So yeah, it's very easy, and you serve it with mascarpone, which I'll show you a slice when it's done. And it's so lovely with a cup of tea, I tell you, it's really lovely. Really easy and simple. Okay, hope you enjoy it. So there's the flan, as you can see. It's just a thin little sliver, and I just serve it with a little mascarpone. And it's really lovely. I just put you could put a little bit of icing sugar on it, and it's actually so lemony, it's lovely. Give it a go. It's better a couple of days after, actually. I enjoy that. Nice cup of tea or a nice cup of coffee. It's lovely. Here's my little garden. I've made it all cosy for my friends. We've got cake to eat, we've got champagne and nibbles, and it's just a little corner to enjoy. I hope you make the cake. It's really lovely. It doesn't look much, but it really is tasty, promise you. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon.